all this tension, a feeling I never was expecting. I don't see the pros, don't know the cons, forget the whys. Do you know why?
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. Well, listen, Lizzo is full of it, and I don't even know why. I'm not surprised. So I was about to say I don't even know why I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. You know, we recently discussed this post that she put up where she was wanting to let the world know, basically, that she is tired of being dragged, and what she said was for clout and views and being made fun of for her looks. And then she said she started to feel like the world doesn't want her in it and saying, I quit. Now, I briefly discussed this because, listen, it's a touchy topic to talk about someone's mental health because you can judge. I don't like to say you can't judge. People are going to judge. You can, but are you correct? And is it fair? But when it comes to Lizzo, she's just been one of these people that has given herself a lot of attention that most people would see as the type of attention that they wouldn't want, right? Like years ago, going to the game with both of her butt cheeks out and all of the shenanigans that she's done on her. Granted, it's her social media platform, but other people have shared, because the only reason why I've seen these images and video clips is because other people have shared them. And let's be real, the neighborhood talk, they know exactly what they're doing because they will share these things and then they'll allow other people to go off in the comment section, but they'll put up the post and say, we don't condone bullying. And you know, the person that's typing it, they're like rubbing their palms together saying, let's get ready to rumble, because they know that people in the comment section are about to get in that ASS, not literally, but figuratively. And they do. But this is the type of stuff that Lizzo has done. Granted, she's free to do whatever she wants to do as long as it's legal on her own social media platform. And it's really weird because Instagram, owned by Mark Zuckerberg, they have a way of censoring people that say things that can be real and true, or maybe just their true, genuine beliefs, but they will take it down as either harassment or different things like that. But they will allow Lizzo to be buck naked a lot of times or close to it and shaking every inch of her body for people to see. And other people, not just her, other people, they could be, you know, almost naked on there. That's okay to showcase, but people sharing their beliefs or ideals or different things like that, they'll shut those things down and pretty much censor it, right? So there definitely is a lot to be desired when it comes to the censorship factor going on these platforms like Facebook and Instagram that is owned by Mark Zuckerberg. But yet and still, my point is now with her after coming out and saying that, and it was like, okay, we don't want to be on someone's top that may be having a mental episode and a mental breakdown, because trust and believe, I know people can be one way in public, and in private, they could really be breaking down. They could really be going through depression. It's a real thing. You know, some people deal with complete social anxiety. I can admit that's one of the things that I actually deal with is social anxiety. But having to be in the public as a businesswoman myself is just one of those things that I've kind of had to work through. But in private, I'm an introvert. I'm a huge introvert. And I just like to be alone and have my alone time because I really am depleted of energy when I am in public spaces. So I could never do the type of things that Lizzo does on social media and, in public for attention. I don't seek attention, but there are some people who seek it, but also in private, they are dealing with depression. They're dealing with a lot of other mental issues, but they will put on this front in public to make people see them as being okay. I'm happy. I'm body positive. That term that a lot of people have used for the sake of having some sort of either sympathy or empathy for people that are obese or overweight, but they don't feel that it's fair that they can't be out here twerking and showing their ass cheeks like Megan Thee Stallion is. Everything ain't for everybody. I'm size 2, between 2 and 4, depending on who makes the clothing. And I'm not going to be out there showing my butt cheeks because it's just not something that I want to do or feel comfortable doing. So it's not just about the size of a person. Also, I'm a freaking mom, and it's not about being a mom, but my son is of a certain age, and I don't think he would want people to see his mom out there wilding out like that too. So I'm just saying, it's not just because you're a certain size that some things just shouldn't be seen or everything ain't for everybody. Okay? But now she's coming to make a statement to say what she really meant. And it's like, oh, girl, I knew this was coming. I am not even surprised.
I want to make this video because I just need to clarify. When I say I quit, I mean I quit giving any negative energy attention. What I'm not going to quit is the joy of my life, which is making music, which is connecting to people. Because I know I'm not alone. In no way, shape, or form am I the only person who is experiencing that negative voice that seems to be louder than the positive. If I can just give one person the inspiration or motivation to stand up for themselves and say they quit letting negative people win, negative comments win, then I've done even more than I could have hoped for. With that being said, I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep being me. Once again, I just want to say thank you. The love that I've received, means more than you know.
See, she's full of it. And that's exactly what I said. I said that she is an attention seeker. She was doing this to get the people who would feel sympathy for her to shower her with attention and comments. And we need you here. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't give up on life. And the way that she worded that post, it was giving some people vibes that she was even thinking about not being here anymore, not just quitting music. Okay, it was bigger than that for some people. When she said she was starting to feel like the world doesn't want her in it, I quit. What the hell do you think some people are going to think? Now, me, because I was trying to be sensitive and being beautifully honest, sometimes I'm holding back because I don't want to come across as an insensitive bee who is only seeing things the way I'm seeing it and not considering all of the different sides. I can give people their right to say some things and I can say, yeah, I see your point. It doesn't mean I 100% agree with them. And I do that a lot in my comment section. I share my thoughts. And there are even times when I came out and I talked about a story or a situation and then more information comes out and I'll come out and I say, you know what? I got more information. Here's what's going on now. I don't have a problem with that. But when it comes to mental health, we really have to be careful. But there are a lot of people who will use that mental health thing to get a pass, to have people not critique them too hard. And they know they're just dead ass wrong, but they will do these things. I can think of one person, for example, and I don't even want to say his name, but it's a social media influencer that a lot of people call a crook. And he does a lot of stuff online and he has built up a horrible negative reputation. And he had a number of different restaurants that he had opened up over the years. And things came out about him scamming people and different things like that. And then when some things came down, he shut those restaurants down like almost overnight, didn't give people warnings that were working in his restaurants and things like that. He used mental health as the reason why he had to shut the things down. But the N-word is still on social media, being a menace, cursing people out, just has a horrible reputation. And I don't have any sympathy for that person, because I know that him doing the live videos and sitting there with bottles of pills that probably they probably were not prescribed to him for mental health. It could have been anything, right? Not saying he had to sit there and read off the labels of the medications and the descriptions and what they're used for or whatever, but I just plain don't believe that person, right? But I'm just saying there are people who use the mental health spiel. Well, I had to stop doing it for my mental health. I had to do it for my mental health. Please. And Lizzo saying what she said, she could have said that in the beginning. She did what she did for attention. And see, it makes what Azealia Banks said about her initially correct. And so for her to turn around and apologize, I'm interested to see what she has to say, if she's even going to give it any attention or say anything after the fact, because she initially, ripped into her and shaded her for, quote unquote, playing the victim when she was saying goodbye and saying, I quit and the world doesn't want me in it. I'm starting to feel that way. And then she came out, and apologized. She wrote, I took back my criticism of you because it definitely clicked in my mind that I definitely wasn't getting my point about the ways in which insidious people in corporate culture were positioning you to push demeaning initiatives. But sis, your handle is Lizzo be eating. You've definitely given the public license to laugh at and with you by twerking at the Burger King counter and bathing in a tub of Skittles. Self-deprecation was certainly the aesthetic you chose to introduce yourself with. And so nothing that Azealia Banks said was a lie. All true. All true. And we already know that some people, when they say, I'm just keeping it 100 or I'm keeping it a buck, it doesn't mean that you have to be nasty about what you say or you have to be rude. There's a way to speak to everybody. So that, it's just one of those things that some people, they can go in on somebody and say, well, I'm just being real. I'm just keeping it 100 or I'm just keeping it a buck. It doesn't mean that you have to speak to people in a certain type of way. But there are some times when people just get tired of the shenanigans and the foolishness. And it's just like, girl, you came out and made it seem like you were just like done with life, not just done with music, and definitely not done with the negative energy. I feel like that post that she did, it was primarily because of the fact that Candace Owens was making her rounds, doing these interviews, and she was talking about Lizzo. Because honestly, who was really talking about her? And so to turn around and now make this statement, that's what she should have just said in the beginning. Or even better, just keep living. That's the way you don't give into the negative energy and the negative attention. Hire somebody else to handle your social media. If you want to do the jelly roll videos and flapping everything and posting it up on your social media, have them record the content, have them upload it. If you want to see what some people are saying about you that helps to build up your self-esteem that may be positive, have them go through the negative comments go through the comments, and the ones that are negative, have them ignore. The ones that are positive, have them share those with you. Or better yet, don't even share anything. Be like Beyonce. Don't even look at the comments. Like, don't even respond to anything. Don't even do interviews. Like, Beyonce doesn't even do the interviews. For the people who believe that Beyonce actually did these interviews that were recently done after the launch of her hair product line and the new music, she definitely did not do that. Okay. Those are words that were written up for her. And I'm not saying she didn't answer any questions, but they wrote them up because that's not even the way Beyonce speaks. If they were quoting her, the words would not be written so eloquently and so perfect. Let's just be honest. But that's not even a knock to her. That's not everyone's wheelhouse. Okay. So with that being said, Lizzo is full of it. I am not surprised at all. She loves the attention. She really loves the attention. And people are just getting tired of it. I don't follow her, but I've talked about her on a number of occasions here on my platform. And I said the first time I saw her, it was on an MTV2 commercial where they used to promote new music artists, and she was fully covered from head to toe. I was captured by her voice, but I don't even know a whole lot of her music, to be honest with you. She's just brought a lot of the attention to herself. Obviously, she's talented. Obviously, someone signed her. Obviously, she has a voice and she can play the flute. Like, that's cool. Focus on the talent. You've brought the focus to your body. And like Azealia Banks said, the focus to your eating by having your Instagram handle being labeled Lizzo Be Eating. So that's it. That's all. Just wanted to talk about that briefly. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful. And now I'm going to say bye.
Wonder if we maybe were mistaken. Don't wanna talk, don't wanna see you.